And 9 months is a very long time commitment, and I can assure you it's going to be pretty exciting, pretty hectic as well, and we are here to help you and work with you, travel with you on this wonderful journey. Okay, I hope you can see the slides well and can hear me well as well. Just to confirm, can I ask you all to just type your name and the city in the chat box, please, just so that I can also see where you are from. Loud and clear. Thank you very much. Lena from Mumbai. Deepak. Adam. It's running very fast. Amit. YG from Singapore. Uday Singh. Bhupender Singh. Deep. Masaki. Dubai, Germany, people from all over the world. It's a truly international audience, very excited. You should be seeing the slide on the screen, please. You should be seeing the slide and you should be hearing me. You should have the slide video on your screen so that you can follow the slides with me. If not, you might want to reconnect, or perhaps use a different Wi-Fi connection. Poor or low quality Wi-Fi connection, or especially a public Wi-Fi connection, may not offer you the chance to see the video. So you might want to go back to your office, connect on the network perhaps. All right, guys, let's keep moving forward. If you have any questions about the course, we'll have plenty of time towards the end to talk about that. There is a Q&A box in which you can type your questions, but for the moment, please hold off on the questions, and we'll just take you through the key aspects of the course and how to succeed in doing this course as well. So our agenda for today is we've done the welcome part already, and we will share a little bit about us and about you, the program overview and webinars, grading and assignments, group formation. One of the key features of this course is you get a chance to work with international group of students, as well as form your own groups and work on some very interesting projects that you could think of, either about your own company or your own industry, your client, or some other industries that you're familiar with, or something that you would like to create a startup, perhaps. Maybe create some disruption in some industry. So all of those innovative possibilities do exist when you get together with a group. We will talk a little bit about group formation and group assessments, group assignments. And like I said before, the program support will demonstrate the Emeritus Learning Platform very briefly, and I'm sure you guys have already logged on, navigated through, and pretty much familiar with what you can do with it and so forth. And you'll become more and more familiar with that. But in any case, they will give us some maybe 5-10 minutes of demo. We'll do an FAQ and then recommendations to enjoy the course, and open it up for questions. Okay, welcome to this course. This course actually consists of 3 separate courses within. And the first one is DSB, Digital Strategies for Business. It comes from Professor David Rogers of the Columbia University in New York. And the second part, which is about digital platform strategies, come from Professor Jeffrey Parker of the New Hampshire MIT School. And my name is Muralidharan. I'm your course leader, along with Elise from London, UK. And I was saying before, we have a number of very smart people working out of the Mumbai office, supporting us through this course, both course designers, program coordinators, graders, and all type of support staff. I might add that Alec Campbell, based in the US, is our director for delivery, and unfortunately he could not be with us today, but he sends his best wishes to all of you. We do have executive teams based out of Boston, as well as out of our main head office in Singapore. So we are a truly international company, not only online, but also have physical branch locations in other countries as well. both in Middle East as well as in Mexico City. Okay, that is just by way of us. Very briefly, I'm a founder, CEO of a consulting organization based out of Sydney, Australia, and I specialize in international strategy consulting, particularly over the last few years in digital transformation and business and technology architectures as a way to transform organizations. I'm also an adjunct professor, and I teach in several different business schools, both MBA programs as well as BBA programs. I've spent more than 30 years in the IT industry with IBM, Microsoft, in leadership roles, worked across, fortunately, in different industries and regions and issues in business and industry transformations. And I have an MBA and a BTech honors in electrical engineering from IIT India. You can reach me in the Emeritus Canvas through the inbox, and you could do the same with Elise as well. Just select the teachers, and you could email us anytime. And of course, you're most welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn with that ID. All right, over to you, Elise. You need to unmute. Can't hear.
Sorry, indeed, I had to turn on the video and unmute. So let's start again. Welcome, everyone. And I'm truly delighted to be here as a course leader together with Murali on this very long and important for your career and personal development free sets of courses. I am based in London in the UK. I am a partner in a boutique consultancy company called Digital World Group, where we focus on digital transformation. And I came to that through originally marketing, strategy, and international development. While Murali explained he has a lot of experience more on the technology and architecture, my side is much more on the setting up the vision, defining your works, your North Star, going through customer journeys and value proposition to develop and to transform a business in a digital age. I work mainly within the telecom, financial services, on the B2B and B2B2C organizations and propositions. And I also support a number of startups in their development in terms of opening markets, launching products, and all of these different elements that are there to get the team in place, the right processes, and the right objectives and ways to measure all of that. Similarly to Murali, you can contact me via the Canvas inbox and connect on LinkedIn. If you do so, I'll be delighted to accept your invitation, but just to make it easy for me to recognize where you come from, if you just put a little note saying that you are part of this course, and then I will know how you have found me, and I'll be delighted to connect as well.
Thank you, Elise. You want to take them through the next 3 slides,
yes,
please?
So as we said earlier, we are indeed international in the location, in the people that we have, and in you, the participants. And for this particular cohort, you are 176 of you, and I think 82 are currently on the call, so a good proportion of this call are here, representing 40 different countries. We have here a split of the statistics of where you come from. 30% come from India, and then we go straight to Europe with Turkey, and then back in Asia and back in Europe with Switzerland. So you can see all continents are represented. And I believe the very large bar of others of 42% is actually quite an amalgamate of a number of South American countries and places. So all continents are represented here. We also have to struggle with different time zones, but we will do the best we can to have webinars and presentations at midday UTC, so that crosses over all parts of the world. And every webinar is also recorded, so you can see that later. Similarly to the breadth of regional and geographical coverage that we have, you also come with a rich experience throughout your career. And you can see that the vast majority have actually more than 19 years experience. So this is very valuable for each of you, for your individual development, and also the connections you will be able to create through Canvas, and through working together, but also through the discussion forums and the different possibilities that are within the course to help you connect with each other and create a network with all the peers taking this course today.
I just wanted to jump in and say this is truly interesting insight that more than 53% of the cohort have 15 to 25 years of experience. And if we include those with 25 and beyond, we're talking 61% of the students with significant industry experiences from around the world. And it's a tremendous amount of value for others to combine and work with them in groups and participate in various online discussion forums and so forth. Okay.
Yes, because together with representing, well, having gained this experience from different geography and along quite many years of work within your career, you also cover a very wide range of industry sectors. And as we know, when we're going through a framework for transformation or for strategy development or for marketing strategy, these can very much be applied to a range of industry. And a number of very successful turnarounds have shown that companies that have taken very good ideas and opportunities created in a different industry sector and learn from that and be able to apply it to their own. So again, this just shows the wide range of geographies, experience, industry sectors that is between all of you in this cohort, and you will have ample opportunities to connect, learn from each other, and share from each other.
Wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, just to take you through the course itself, as I was saying before, it consists of 3 different major courses in one, each running for about 3 months, constituting an overall 9 months of the course. The first one, of course, will be kicking off, or already has, is the digital strategies for business, where Professor David Rogers talks about the 5 domains of digital transformation and creating various different digital business models. So this is very strongly one of the best strategy courses that you could come across, where David Rogers has created a number of different frameworks and examples and case studies, tremendous amount of assignments, discussions, whatever that you could, research as well and share with each other to really learn from this, the first 12 weeks or so. So that will be running from the 6th of June to the 29th of August. And then we have a week of break. And then we move on to the digital platform strategies course, which is about setting up a platform of exchange or a marketplace, if you like. And why do companies do that? And what is the digital innovation and platform strategies for success, and how to increase the network effect with your clients, with your marketplace. It's truly a remarkable course of one of its kind, and uses not only how to design such a platform and how to monetize it and launch it, as well as govern the platform and sustain it for competitive advantage into the future. So truly a remarkable course, once again, filled with lots of case studies, practical examples, assignments and tools and techniques and so forth. So, and then we have another week of break. We move on to the very specialized digital marketing strategy, again, by Professor David Rogers, where he talks about how to plan and execute marketing strategies in the digital arena, with access, engage, customize, connect, and collaborate as the 5 key elements of that digital strategy mix in marketing. So we will be doing that from week 22 to 27. By the time you're getting into the 12th of December, and then we move into the capstone project, which is, there's no teaching involved, there's no learning involved. All of the online learning, as well as what Elise and I would help you through as tutors and teachers along the way, have been completed in the previous 3 courses. This project work is, you're doing this on your own, of course, with the team, that you would have selected beforehand. That team could come from within your own companies. We have lots of B2B customers who are sending 20, 30, sometimes hundreds of executives to learn from this platform. So sometimes, it's intra-company groups. I would advise you to go outside of your company, try and pick partners, team members from other countries as well. And so this capstone project will run for about 2 months, about 10 weeks. And it's in 4 parts, and we will share more information with you as we go along. Okay, we talked a little bit about the groups. You don't have to stress out right now about forming groups, other than to say this is a very important part of the course, and you might want to engage, get to know each other a little bit, and figure out maybe people of similar backgrounds, intentions. If you want to be working on a specific breakthrough, disruptive solution for your industry, you might want to find the people from the same industry, perhaps, and from other parts of the world, work together. We will send you specific instructions on this in week 3, and then you could pretty much self-select the groups, and the process will be available to you on the Canvas platform. Okay, it's not just the material that you have online on the Canvas, particularly the videos and the case studies and assignments, but we also highly recommend these 3 textbooks for this course, each of them aligning with that particular course. So Digital Transformation Playbook, very essential part of the Digital Strategy for Business, DSB course. The Platform Revolution book by Jeffrey Parker, of course, is about the second course, Digital Platform Strategies. And the Network is Your Customer is an important textbook for Digital Marketing Strategy course. It is not compulsory. We're not asking you to buy these books, but I find them incredibly valuable, both as a student as well as a teacher, to go through what's in the book, because there's a lot of extensive material, and the videos cover the essence of these books, but not necessarily all of the details. Obviously, due to the logistics of having to create these videos and having to share many videos with you. But I would use these books definitely as an addition, as supplement to the videos, and also use them as your reference in your assignments, which are very crucial to execute on a weekly basis. And you would need a ready reference. And these books are incredibly useful. I keep them with me all the time, and I refer to them all the time. Okay, let's talk a little bit about assignments. There are 2 types of assignments. There are individual assignments and there are group assignments. Individual assignments, as the name implies, are done by per person, per individual, for that week. So each week you have a new module with new sets of videos, and following those videos, there will be an assignment given to you, and you are expected to work on that assignment during the week, and then within a week, expected to submit the assignment results on the Canvas. Group assignments usually there's only one group assignment per section of the course. So we have 3 courses effectively over the 9 months. So you have one group assignment for course DSB, one for the Digital Platform Strategy, and one for Digital Marketing Strategy. And that is usually due within 14 days of release. So you have a pretty hectic weekly cycle of lots of reading the videos, watching them, and reading other supporting materials, maybe doing a bit of research online, sometimes working by yourselves, sometimes working with a team to make sure all of this comes together for you. So one thing I would close by saying that all the assignment courses, even if you are a little bit behind, let us know. We want you to be successful. We want you to complete these assignments rather than miss out entirely because of constraints. All of you are busy executives, you travel a lot, and you have other family and business commitments. So we appreciate the fact that this is going to be a little bit hectic. And but if you need additional time, you could definitely ask for extension, and we'll be very happy to provide, but on the condition that we want you to complete these assignments. Don't miss out on these assignments. But if you ever get into a situation where you missed out one or two assignments, just jump in and start doing the assignments of the week, and then catch up with the old assignments, because the old assignments, or any assignments that have been left behind, can always be submitted before the end of the course. So for DSB course, even it runs for 12 weeks. If you missed out one assignment, and you can always come back and submit by the 29th of August. The same thing with DDP. You can submit it by the 24th of October. Rather than on a weekly basis, if you miss the weekly cycle, you can always come back and submit before the end of this deadline. Do the same thing with DMS by the 12th of December, and the capstone project by the 27th of February 2020. Seems like a long way away, but the time flies and you have plenty to do, and we're really looking forward to helping you, supporting you through this process so that you could complete all assignments, because this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the theoretical constructs, the tools and techniques, the frameworks that you learn gets applied in your own company, in your own industries, in your own innovative startup projects and platforms and so forth. So we really are interested in how you're going to do that and help you through that process. Okay, grading like any other business school, pretty straightforward. We use grade point average from 0 to 10. You need to achieve a minimum of 4.67 out of 10. In order to get a pass, you need to get a 5 or higher. A low pass is between 4 to 5. So if you get below 4, of course, you fail the course. We don't want you to fail the course. So whatever reason that you are not able to follow the material, you need assistance with your assignments, whether it's by way of time, by way of some additional coaching, keep in touch with us. Distinction, of course, is given to the top 25% of the cohort, and the top 10% also get the Global Ivy Scholar Awards. Okay, like any business schools, we are very rigorous in terms of the integrity of your material and the plagiarism issue. I don't have to explain this. I know you do work about your companies, and you may be doing some research, but try not to cut and paste. Try not to copy things from. It is not about just going through the assignments. It's truly about finding your creativity and your innovative, disruptive thought processes going in application of this knowledge. So just wanted to warn you that we do have systems that can catch some of these things. Okay, so what is our role again? Just summarizing in terms of our work. Obviously, Professor David Rogers and Professor Jeffrey Parker have created this course, and what you see is their presentation in the videos of the materials from their textbooks that they have created out of a significant number of years of research and working with various digital transformation projects in the industry. So what you are seeing is an essence of that material in the videos. And so what we are here for is to make sure that we could assist you on a day-by-day basis, to coach you, to tutor you, to take you through any issues that you may have in understanding some of the course material, enabling you to apply these techniques in your practical life, business and industry, And also in the process, we will be evaluating or assessing and grading some of your assignments. Not all of the assignments are graded by us. Some of them are graded by the grading team based in Mumbai. But we work with them to make sure we supervise the level of quality and the rigor that goes into your work, and to provide you with a good feedback. And hopefully you could take that feedback as a positive reinforcement to build yourself into the next assignments and so forth. So we also have a forum we call Consult Hours. So we run Consult Hours between Elise and myself. We'll be on the Consult Hour on a Zoom webinar every 2 weeks. It's on Fridays at 12:30 p.m. UTC to debrief on how well you have done in the past, maybe the last couple of weeks, and what do you need to do to prepare for the future, along with the Q&A. So you could, similar to what we are doing today, we will talk about the assignments of the past as well as the future, or the immediate future, the week ahead, perhaps, and then you can ask some questions and make sure you clarify how you need to achieve the best results. If you look at the assignments, there are about 2 or 3 things that you need to be very clear about. Each of the assignments is set at the back of a module. A module has a certain theme. The theme is expressed in the videos. So you are learning the videos or lessons from the videos. You are referring to the textbook. I would highly recommend that. And then you are applying that knowledge into your own specific industry company examples. And in the process, you are using the templates which are written specifically for that particular assignment, using the framework given in the modules. So we made your life a little bit easier by saying, look, rather than different students struggling with different formats and templates, we are happy to provide you with a set of questions on a template, and you just need to build that template. Do not use those templates as a way to fill the template. It's not about filling in the form. It is about how you create a strategy case, a business case. This is a business strategy program. It's not a technology program. So don't try to put too much emphasis on the technicalities and technology issues. Try and develop a strategic, innovative, disruptive business case for what you are trying to achieve. And be very honest and open and critical and aggressive about it, because we want you to express yourself in a kind of transformative way. It is not about some incremental change. We are in an incredibly revolutionary part of our lives with so much digital transformation and changes taking place all over the industry. So we can be very creative, and that's what we are expecting you to do. So participate in those assignments. Also participate in the discussion forums every week. So you need to do 2 things every week. Go through the modules, do the assignment, and go through the modules and do the discussions forum as well. So you get evaluated on assignments, which is a graded evaluation. You might get a 1, you might get a 10. It depends on the quality and the rigor that you put into it. But with discussions, you always get the full marks, because we're not experts in your industry. And if you have a point to make, the point is taken, and you get the full marks. And on top of this, we also are bringing some industry experts who will engage with you on a Zoom webinar once every month. So there might be somebody talking very specifically about artificial intelligence in a manufacturing sense, or it could be some bank going through a digital transformation of their customer experiences and how they went about doing that. So these are practical people with practical examples of how they've gone about using digital transformation in their own companies and industries. So it's really nice webinars to attend. If you can't attend these webinars, either ours or the industry expert webinars, just like this one here, we would always record these webinars and post them on the Canvas. So you can always go back to these webinars and as well as look at the slide decks as well. Okay, so that's what we do. And we are teachers. We are not administrators, we are not operational people, and we are not technical people. So if you have any technical, operational, and admin questions, you need to talk to the program support. And it's very simply done by going to Canvas and using the support tab on your left-hand side. And you could put in your question and they will come back to you in 24 hours. Okay, just a few tips and tricks to blitz the course. I'm just running through it very quickly because there's a lot here, but I just want you to hold off on your questions until we get to the Q&A and then start typing in your questions in the Q&A box. Okay, so what appears to be a 9-month long, rigorous, but exciting journey for you is in fact a weekly routine. So you got to discipline yourself. The modules are released on Thursdays. So you got to watch them during the week, maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and if you can complete the assignments, you're doing well. But you have until the next Thursday to complete the assignment. So Thursday to Thursday is your weekly cycle. If it is a group assignment, you got 2 weeks. So that's the difference. So what's the expectation? Now, we've spoken a little bit about it. I just want to quickly run through it, reinforce it. Practical application of frameworks learned from modules. Do not give us very descriptive strategy statements. Try and show us how you are applying this framework, the tool and the technique into your own business and your client business. And if your client business or your own business is very confidential and you want to stay anonymous, call it, XYZ company. And drop some, do not include names of individuals, obviously. Try and protect the privacy, very important. But certainly what we are looking for is the strategy statements and strategy analysis and strategy synthesis. On all of that, you have a lot of freedom to be very, very creative and very innovative and very challenging and disruptive. But be realistic as well. Just make sure when you do all of these things that strategy has a plan behind it. That plan is an executable plan. It is realistic. It is feasible. It is sustainable. It is sustainable because you need to, it's not just a one-off investment. That investment and the plan, if you're creating a particular platform, for instance, or some kind of a web-based, extension of your sales and marketing, you just need to sustain it over several years and derive that competitive advantage and the value proposition that you're looking for in the customer segments, in the marketplace. So make sure it's also realistic. And in order to do that, you need to support your case with some facts and figures. Your own company facts and figures, industry facts and figures, or you estimate your facts and figures, and use some references, industry documents, research papers, analyst reports, whatever is appropriate to make sure that they are real. Even though you may be talking about a strategy for the future, we want to make sure it is built on a solid foundation of facts and figures and references. And as I said before, use the templates given. And if you want to create your own templates, that's fine as well, because at the end of the day, we're looking for a strategy document in either Word, PDF, or PowerPoint format to be uploaded on the Canvas. Now, obviously, we look at it, we give you the graded result as well as the feedback, and take that as a positive reinforcement. Some of them may be realistic. We might ask you to redo certain sections, perhaps, or question some of the assumptions. And we may or may not be right because you are the expert in the industry. But take that as a positive reinforcement and build on it in your next assignment. And in the process, try and interact and network with peers, share the resources and ideas, use the discussion forum to talk about your industry, talk about your experiences and so forth. Okay. Frequently asked questions. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's about all of this will be available online. From what devices can I access? From any device. How long is the course? 9 months. How can I keep the course material? Yes, you can. All of the material that you wish to download or downloadable is yours. And the portal itself, Canvas itself, is available to you for 18 months after the beginning of the program. So, if you take the 9 months to finish the program, then you got another 9 months before your access to Canvas might be closed. Okay, what if I cannot attend the webinar? Go on to Canvas and look for the announcement where it clearly gives you the link to the recording. Why can't the professors post all of the videos at once? Because we just want to make sure that you are managing it on a weekly basis. What resources will I need for this course? Nothing at all. Just the access, just a bit of enthusiasm, and just making sure you have enough time that you allocated for yourself. Time management, making sure that you are on a regular basis getting onto the Canvas and doing the assignments and submitting the assignments. What happens if you can't? We would like you to join the group. As I said before, it's a self-selecting process. We will explain the process to you. We'll give you the instructions to form your own groups. And if you get left out, we will help you to put into other groups. So one way or another, you will be part of a group. What if my group members do not participate or communicate? Sometimes it happens. Talk to us. We will try and resolve that issue. How to communicate and discuss whatever suits you. Whatever suits you. WhatsApp, Skype, Google Plus, whatever it is. Just pick up the phone and talk to your team member. Whatever happens, it's entirely up to you. Should we select a group leader? Yes. Try and be very structured. Have a group leader who can, in fact, represent and pull together everything. Be the moderator, and as well as the person who finally submits the assignment. We're not expecting, if you have 5 people in a group, that's the maximum number, by the way, 4 or 5. If there are 5 people in a group, we're not expecting the same document to be uploaded 5 times from 5 different people. We just want one document from the leader. Will I receive a hard copy certificate? Course certificate, yeah, very important. Within a week, 2 to 3 weeks after the course completion, you will get a digital certificate as well as a hard copy certificate sent to you. Okay. At this stage, I'm going to ask Sanjeev from Program Support to come along. Sanjeev, all yours. And he's going to demonstrate to us some of the key sections of the Emeritus Learning Platform we call Canvas. How's it going, Sanjeev?
Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry I was on mute. I welcome all of you to the webinar, and thank you so much for guys joining the course. I'll go ahead and give you a Canvas walkthrough. This is the platform that you will be using during the course. I'm going to share my screen.
Sanjeev, this is the view of the students.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take you to the student view.
Okay.
So this is how the Canvas would be looking to the students. Okay, there are few things that I would like to cover up. There are a lot to cover up things, but I will just stick to some basics which are required. All the students can click on the account profile over here, okay, and check their profiles. Like it says test student for me, but imagine if it would have been my real account, it would have said Sanjeev Rathi. So you can manage your notifications and everything from this panel, which says profiles, settings, notifications, files, e-portfolios. Okay. Now, when you click over here, it's going to take you to the courses. Just give me a second here. Just allow me a minute, okay? So this will be a view that all the students will be looking at. Okay. So if you click on any of the modules, okay, that will take you to the modules page. For an example, I'll click over here. So this will give you all the data, which will be like your modules, the learning, as Murali mentioned, that we will be launching each module per week for a better learning experience. Once you click here, just give me a minute. So it will come like this. It will be your week 0, the course orientation, and always check them in this particular.
We do not hear you very well. You are breaking up. Sorry.
Okay, am I audible to you?
I'm not sure we hear your explanation about module. Could you repeat it?
Yeah, sure, Els. Thank you so much for correcting me here. Okay, great. So when you click on modules, we will be launching each and every module week by week over here. Okay, so every week you can come over here. We'll be sending you an email notification the week has been launched, and you will get the learning from here. So you see the week 1 instructions, the module syllabus, everything. And in this particular process, if you have any questions, okay, you need to click on this particular tab. It is a support tab. Once you click on the support tab, you will get options in terms of raising your query to the program support team. Once you raise a query from here, we will be requiring 24 working hours to respond you back. So once you click here, you can go ahead and submit your query. After that, once you have made the selection, that what type of a query is it. Great. Apart from this, all the webinars that will be recorded, there's a tab where you can go ahead and access the webinars. Any communication that will be sent to you, or if you wish to send, you just need to click on the tab which is in box. Once you click on inbox, you will see all the communications that we have sent you. If you want to create an email for Murali or for your co-students or for any one of us, okay, you can click compose a message, select your particular course, mention the subject, mention the body of the email, and just press send. And if any response will be sent to this particular query, it will be delivered over here itself when you're going to click on inbox. Dashboard is the place where you will see all the courses that you're enrolled in. So this is something which is very important to know about it. Okay. Apart from this, if any one of you have any questions, you can always feel free to write to program support at emeritus.org, and we assure you that we will go ahead and give you all the assistance.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Can we switch back? Okay. Okay, let me finish up with a couple of recommendations, and then we will take questions. I see that Elise is already pretty busy answering some of the questions on the chat box, but in any case, okay. From what Sanjeev's shown us, the Canvas is a very critical area to be, particularly the module tab on the Canvas, because that's where all of the sections, various videos, assignments, and so forth are all loaded. So on a week-by-week basis, that's where you're going to be spending most of your time. So log in and get familiar. I'm sure you have already done that, created your profile, and gone through the course overview, and you have mentally worked out your time management for the next 9 months. But more importantly, as I was saying, this is also a course. You're not like any other MOOCs. You're not on your own. We are here to help you communicate with us using the discussion forum, communicate with your classmates, and contribute to each other's knowledge by sharing your industry or something you have read in business journal or whatever it is, and also make some contributions for each of the modules. Be proactive and reach out to us. We are here to help. To reinforce again, the forming the group, peer learning circle, it's called PLC. So that is from week 3 onwards. So we will give you necessary instructions at that time. And more importantly, put whatever you're learning into practice. This is not a theoretical course. You learn the theory, but we are looking for how well you apply that theory in your practice. Also, let us continue the learning journey by joining the alumni network, which will happen after you receive your certificates, and you can also connect to us and other people on the LinkedIn forum and so forth. Okay.
Will
All
you
right.
share your screen again? We cannot see your screen anymore.
Oh, you can't see the screen anymore? Sorry about that.
No, you should share it again.
Can you see it now?
That's great.
Sorry, guys, just bear with me one moment. The switching didn't really work, and I'm trying to make sure it works this time. Okay, so I was just talking about the 2 slides about recommendations to enjoy the course, getting yourself familiar with the Canvas navigation, connecting and interacting with classmates and the emeritus team, and forming the group and working together in group assignments besides individual assignments, and then making sure that you are putting this learning process into real practice. So your assignments need to be about something you are working on, something that interests you in your business or in your industry and so forth, and try and connect with us on the LinkedIn and other forums, as well as on the alumni network. Okay, let's throw this open for Q&A. I see 4 questions already in the Q&A box. Elise, you're open to answer any of these questions. Okay, DK, how can we select team members? We've gone through this. You could informally communicate with others. You will get access to the list of all of the cohorts, all of the students, so you could figure out who are from your region or from another region or other industry that you want to work with. And informally, you can connect up, and then week 3, we will give you some formal instructions. Elise?
Sorry, I was going to take up the last one, which is about the time zone. So all of the courses provided are UTC. So when you receive a calendar invite, do not change any of the time. It will automatically adjust to either your Office calendar, Outlook, Yahoo, or Google that you use. Do not change anything. It is set as UTC, and then it will adjust to the time zone that you are in.
Yeah. Okay. As a question from Rahul, how long are the discussions posted on the Canvas? I mean, it could be a paragraph. It could be 2 paragraphs. It is no particular size restriction on the discussion forums.
I think.
Yeah, Elise?
The question is about how long it stays there, as this person says that it is no longer visible. That may be a temporary issue, because per my experience, the discussions are visible as long as you have access to Canvas. And even after the course is ended and you still have these 9 months access, you can still participate in discussions should you wish to.
Yeah, I think there's been an issue just recently. Some of the discussions have been lost. This is not the first time I've heard this, but there might have been some technology issue, but we will find out whether we could bring the discussions back and make sure the discussions stay on there. But generally, it's designed to stay on throughout the course.
There's a question in the chat about the webinars from experts. Yes, throughout all 3 courses, there are external speakers who are scheduled to give a 1.5-hour webinar on a particular topic relevant to the module of the course you will be on. But this would be extended knowledge from the information provided in the module's video.
Andre, where can I find recordings? As you go into Canvas, you will see announcements. at the top of the page. And one of the announcements will be about this particular webinar and where you can find the recording. The link will be provided for all webinars besides this one, but they only appear the day after the webinar has been concluded. So it takes between 12 to 24 hours to make sure that comes online.
There is a question here about how early does one need to inform the course coordinator if you are taking a vacation. If you are taking a vacation and can catch up in your own time for going through the modules, that's your own arrangement. You do not need to mention it to anyone. But if you are at the time working in a team towards an assignment, I think it's between you, so 4 or 5 team members for that particular circle, that you will decide how best to manage if people cannot attend for various professional or personal engagement that you may have.
Okay, this question from Ashwin about how does the alumni network work. It's basically a network online, and they do have some local meetups in major cities, but that whole process is very early stages. But a few thousand alumni have already registered themselves online, and you get to join the alumni network after you have been fully qualified and given the certificates. Until then, you cannot join the alumni network. Elise?
There was a question about how long the videos take per week. I think you should set aside 2 to 3 hours at least to go through videos and the discussions and any of your own reflection on the material that is presented.
Okay, Anirban, besides the content available on the platform, you have to any other resource? Not necessary. The recommended textbooks, it is optional. But I would suggest, not only for the sake of this course, but also for your future reference, these 3 books are pretty vital. I find them extremely useful.
Do you know, Murali, if Professor David and Jeffrey are giving any live webinar? I do not know about that.
They don't. So the videos themselves are pre-recorded by the professors, and they are about 3 to 5 minutes in short duration, and there might be about 10 or 15 different videos per module, but the professors themselves do not come live, but there is an exception. Depending on the course, we have been able to get Professor David Rogers to come live with us on a webinar, so we will let you know when that is, and that it might happen definitely over the next 3 to 6 months.
Right, there were questions, sorry, this is, my room is getting dark. There was a question about how long to set aside every week. So you will see that the videos are quite short. They are meant to be consumed in a packet of 3 to 5 minutes maximum. And it's best to go through some of them and add in your reflection and then probably come back to them. So you should set aside, I would say 3-4 hours, but that may be split across a number of days or a morning or an afternoon to really have time to think about it and see how that applies to your own work. The point is to be very practical. It's not about learning this theory or learning a framework, but actually seeing how that applies to your own work or the ambition that you have for the development of your professional position or creation of a new company.
Okay, there's a question from Aidor on how do I download the video lectures if I want to view it during a flight? It is a technical and also a copyright issue, and because of that, we do not allow the videos to be downloaded. So in order to watch the videos, you need to be connected online to the Canvas platform.
You mentioned, Murali, about the discussions being graded I think it's about giving a pass mark when someone has submitted to a discussion. Is it?
Yeah, so the discussions also carry some marks. You need to go into the module to look at the discussion, and you will see that that there will be a certain marks assigned to it, and if you participate in the discussion, even if you put in a few sentences, but at least you are participating weekly, you will get the full marks. There is no grading of discussion text itself.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so if each of these capstone assignments have a grade, that means a level. We will give a judgment on the level of understanding that you have shown, while the discussion is about participation.
Correct.
There is a question here asking if you can contact the professors directly. We are their representatives, so to say. So I do not think that you can email the professors directly, but any support that you may need on the technical side or on the content is directed either to program support or to your two course leaders, Murali and myself.
Correct. Okay, Amit, do we get access to leading research papers as mentioned in the webinar? Yes. On a formal basis, some of us and you guys as well are constantly participating in the discussion forums and another section called resources. You'll find these on the canvas, and you will click on it. Obviously, whoever is decided to share some of the critical documents or resources, you will find them there. In fact, I might start with something, and Elise might start with something as well to kickstart this process, and we will try and to provide you some links to some of the more recent research papers on digital transformation. But otherwise, it's pretty much a self-developed process. There's no formal way that we are going to give you lots of research papers. Thank you, Alice.
Yes, we are ourselves working within commercial organizations, not particularly research or academic. So we are aware of a number of developments and advancements in thinking, but the point is really to see real life experience and how that can make sense for your own situation. There's a question about, are the team members segregated on the basis of industry they come from? Each person, as you have seen within Canvas, can create their own profile. So do think about that as how you present yourself, but also how you would like to be perceived by the other people you will be able to work with. And you may want to create groups based on the maturity of your organization or the next challenge that you have, not just on the geography or on the industry sector. So while you create groups, think of what it is you really want to achieve and what is the best core criteria to select the 4 or 5 members that will create that group.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a question about alumni, if there is an event or an activity. So at the end of the course, we'll give you all the information to join the alumni network, where there is a portal as well to share further on your professional development and the organizations you work for and you support. But there is no physical event or activity planned currently.
Yeah. Okay, it's a question from Ivan. It's talking about missing assignments and handing in before the specific course. Basically, Ivan, and it goes for everybody, we're not in the business of punishing people. So we just want to encourage you to submit the assignments within the weekly deadline. And everybody gets, anybody who submits within the deadline, even post the deadline, late assignments, late submissions, will always receive the grading. It's just that you might be delayed a little bit because we need to go back and clear all the backlogs. What we may not be able to offer you is a feedback, the comment that as course leaders on your assignment. So every assignment will be graded. However, every course has a deadline, end of date. So if you don't submit 1 or 2 of your assignments before the end of date, they go past the end of date, we cannot grade you, because the course by then would have completed all of the grading would have been submitted to the examination board and closed. So any assignment submitted beyond that final course end date will not be considered for grading. Elise?
I am looking at the type of questions that we have. There is a question from Guillermo: if the books are available at the start of the course material? No, this is in addition to the modules and any transcript that you will have access to via Canvas. As Murali said, we recommend to buy and read those books. A lot of information is provided within the modules and within the Canvas set of transcripts, extra information and papers, and the videos for each of the weeks. But if you want to go much deeper or have a chance to have the overview, then you may buy the books yourself and use that in coordination with the course material available on Canvas.
Okay. There are more questions on the group. Sachin's asking what is the minimum maximum size? Minimum 2, maximum 5. And the groups have to be constant throughout. If we can work together well and create a great output, I would suggest that you try and stick together. But if it happens that there's been a fallout and if you need to go join a different group, we will try and help you out. But I would suggest you build the rapport and try and be part of the same group throughout, so that you could make things easier as you go forward.
There are questions again about the group. How do you find from the different profile who is who and what industry sector they're in and what is interesting to them? Well, you can see all of that within the industry profile on Canvas, but also when you will receive the instructions for forming the group, you will see that this is all quite easy to navigate and for you to find the right peers to create this group. This is obviously something important to do, but it's not something to worry too much. You will gain all of the instructions and have a chance to create a group which is valuable and for your own objectives. There's another question from Venkat about access to Canvas. You have access to Canvas and all of the material for further 9 months after the end of the course.
Okay, Andre has a question on, is the course material from Columbia, MIT, or Emeritus? Andre, they're definitely from Columbia and MIT. The professors themselves have created these course videos as their real faces and real talk and real material from MIT and Columbia, and we are, or as Emeritus, is only a delivery platform.
There's a question here, as you said, participants can choose their own organization or maybe a company that they want to set up. So I think this is quite an important question on confidentiality, because everyone, not only those working on the startup idea, but anyone within their own organization, taking it as an example, will provide obviously some information which is kept as confidential within the environment that we have here and Canvas.
Jihan, are the assignments graded? Yes, all assignments are graded, both individual as well as group assignments are graded. And Capstone project has 4 sub-projects, if you like, or steps, and they're also graded separately. One question from Venkat, can you expand on how group work in virtual environment will typically work? Whichever way it works for you, Venkat. If you are in the same country or in the same city or same company, a lot easier. If you are jumping across time zones, gets a bit tricky, but we leave it entirely up to you. You could use, as we said in the presentation, any collaborative tool, WhatsApp, phone calls, conference calls, whatever suits you guys to make this possible. I'll leave it entirely up to you. Deepak, the books mentioned are in the slide. So when you see the slide deck on the recording, you will get a full view of the 3 different books we're talking about.
The tasks are always given on Thursdays towards the 4:59, I think, UTC time, so towards the end of the UTC day. You can schedule your weekly agenda around that and be able to set aside several slots along the week between from a Thursday to a Wednesday so that you can plan your time there. In terms of organizing the groups, again, it's a big question, but every time this is actually going quite smoothly, and you will see when you start building your profile, start looking within Canvas and get the instruction that this is all going to be manageable and easy.
Okay. There's one last question here from somebody I can't pronounce. Anyway, it's how do we form groups that, once again, just wait for instructions on week 3. Thank you. Yes, our weekly webinar time is fixed for Friday, 12:30 UTC. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Are the books available in electronic versions? Are they available on Kindle? I do not know. I have paper copy, Mirali.
I don't know. I have a paper copy as well, but you can buy this off Amazon. You can check it out, yes. And if you can get an electronic version of Kindle version, you are welcome to. But you'll have to pay for it. It's a separate. We're not saying that you must buy these books. We are only recommending these books, and it's not covered as part of the course. So we're not supplying these books to you as part of the course. It is up to you to go and order and buy these books.
Mm-hmm. There's a question about when assignments are given late and they are not receiving a grade. Well, then it's counting as 0, doesn't it? Assignments that are received late do not have a grade at all. Any advice on successfully reaching distinction? Well, from your experience, Mirali.
Well, you just have to work hard and just be prompt because if you submit late and it doesn't get included in the Ivy League Scholar Award, you must submit in time and obviously try and achieve 100% each time. By following the rubric. That's a trick. So I will send you a separate email later on to you guys on how to maximize the marks in the assignments. But as I was saying before, whatever you create has to be built on the learning material from the videos, which are coming directly from the professors, and you could obviously use the textbook as your reference. But the more important thing is you are putting that into a template document given by us, so it makes it easier for you to share that strategy and develop that strategy along with facts and figures. But also make sure that it complies with the requirements given in the rubric. A rubric is a guideline on how we are going to mark your assignment, and we are sharing that with you as well in the assignment. So when you look at the assignment, underneath the assignment description, there's also the rubric framework or the guidelines. So please follow through those rubric guidelines and make sure that you are complying with those guidelines to maximize your marks. And as I said, I'll send you a separate email on some of the best ways you can maximize the assignment outcomes. All right, seems like we've covered most of the topics. Pushpender, the list of fellow students will be available to you on the Canvas. So you can go there and explore that in the meantime. So Elise, if there are no more questions, I think we can close here. And by saying that we welcome your questions by email to us if you have any doubts. But in the meantime, try and navigate through the Canvas and try and become familiar with different parts of the Canvas. And the first module and the assignment is already out. So try and stick to the Thursday weekly cycle, and we wish you all the very best in your travel, and we will be working with you and supporting you through this process. All the very best to you. Thank you very much, Elise.
Thank you very much. It's great really to see you here, and we will see you very regularly during the office hours, where we will review what has happened and any questions for the work ahead.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of the day, and goodbye.
Goodbye.